Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I just have a couple of plants that I wanted to repot, and I decided just to turn on the camera and just start repotting. So I have this plant right here. You know how I feel about Alocasia, and I have this plant right here that I recently purchased. Actually, it's been a few days since I've purchased this plant, and when I saw it, I guess I got some information saying that it is a pink dragon, which I have a pink dragon that looks a lot like this, but this has a little bit different of a shape on the ends, and I'm wondering if this is the Morocco. It does still have the pink stems, which the Morocco, the pink dragon, and the pink princess have that. The pink princess doesn't have the dark back, but this has the dark back, whereas the Morocco and the pink dragon have the dark back, which they could very well be the same plant. But it just has, the ends of this is just a little bit more elongated than any of the pink dragons that I have. It could just be this variety. I just recently did a video sharing that there are so many different variations of each plant, and wow, the feedback on that video was amazing, because yes, there is so much happening to get these plants to grow so quickly. There's no way that they're not going to have different things happening with the what turns out. It's not always going to be the same. But whatever it is, I thought this plant was absolutely beautiful. But I wanted to, number one, free up the soil a little bit, and I wanted to get some of the corms out of here. I do have an issue with thinking that maybe when there are too many corms in on the plant, it kind of causes the plant to slow down a little bit. And I only say that because if there's a plug in here and then there's a lot of corms, it does tend to hinder its growth. So hopefully, I do see 3 corms sticking out of the soil right there, and then 2 on that side, and I'm hoping that I can just harvest these. There is a new leaf emerging from this plant, but hopefully it will be okay. I am going to be using a very, very airy mix. And I just recently purchased a brick of cocoa chips on Amazon, and I rehydrated it, and it's a ton of cocoa chips. It was so much fun to see that thing expand. It was really a lot of fun. They tell you that you can add up to 5 gallons of water, and I did have to add the full 5 gallons in order for me to get what I needed. Now, originally I had planned on using this right here for my pot, but then depending on what the roots look like, I think I may be putting it into this glass jar. This is a glass jar that I bought a succulent in on the clearance rack in Lowe's a couple of years ago. I bought it and I took the succulent out and I put it's in an arrangement on my front porch, but it was $3 for the succulent and this jar. I have been wanting to go into, like, I'm adding holes to the bottom of my glass jars so I have drainage. So this is going to be my first attempt at having that drainage in a glass jar. So I definitely want there to be super chunky mix. Now with this chunky mix, I know I talk so much. With this chunky mix, I am going to be adding just a little bit of the soil that's already in here, as long as I don't find any surprises in there. Like I said, I've had it a few days, but we'll see what happens. Now, the other plant that I have 2 others actually. I have this cutting that I had that's not doing very well, simply because I think it needs to be potted up. It's just in moss. It was unrooted when I received it. And then this is a cutting from my Hoya Repot, and you can see it has a peduncle on it that hasn't done much of anything, but it's in moss again, and I think I am just going to take it out of the moss, and I want to pot this Hoya up in this swan, and this has a drainage hole, and I just like the idea of having this greenery around this white pot, especially since the pot is matte, and I'm going to keep this on my desk, so I wanted it to be something small. I don't think I'll get a chance to pot this up because I don't have the vessel that I want for this. So I guess I'll get started. It's already so late in the evening, the sun is going down. Do I have 2 of the same gloves? Yes, I do. Look at this. I can't. I have to go get the other one. Bring you down just a little bit. The roots look pretty good. This is super soggy. This was in one of those newer pots. You know, the ones that have the self-watering pots from the, what is it? Behind the Design Living Trends. But it was, this thing is so soaked. And this looks like it's actually soil. It doesn't seem to be like peat moss or anything like that. Babe, is the coffee hot? Do you know?
Yeah, she know.
It is?
I just turned it
Oh, okay. Thank you. I can't leave the corms right here because if I do, I will end up just popping it in with the soil and then I'll have random alocasias growing everywhere. That's how it always happens. What's up, babe?
No, I'm just listening.
Come down here with me then.
Hmm?
Come down here with me.
What, the video?
Just come sit here with me. You don't have to.
Huh?
You don't have to. What time is the baby coming home?
I don't know. Derek was bringing his grill out there, so could be never.
You did a good job today conducting.
Thank you. Ah,
What's wrong?
I can't get that timing right.
Hmm.
Yeah, discouraging.
Sorry, babe. Okay, so doesn't have very many roots, not very many at all. And I'm just going to spread this out. I'm not going to wash off the roots or anything like that. I'm going to spread this out in here and add the mixed soil and fibers. Yeah, I'm mixing it for this one. But at the bottom, I just put the fiber stuff that I have.
Why?
Because I don't want it to collect too much moisture at the bottom. The whole thing with alocasia, they like for their roots to stay moist, but they don't like to be wet. They will, like, you see how, I don't know if you saw it, but the roots are so fine. They rot out so easily. So you have to keep them moist without keeping them wet, or else they'll just rot away. So, and because they attract spider mites, which will just destroy it, I have to be able to wash these things often. So I like to just add a really chunky mix, because then it doesn't get waterlogged. And this is a little bit too deep because it can't, I don't want to rot out the stem. If you put too much around the base of the stem, it will just rot. Okay, so that looks cute, I think. Does it? I don't think I like that. Ew. You think so? I don't like that at all. You know that? I guess it doesn't look the worst. Oh, I guess it looks okay. Okay. Because you know I was about to just dump this thing right out, right? Right out. Okay. Now let's see what I can do with this thing here. Because this thing hasn't done much of anything, and it's been a cutting that I've had for quite some time, which means there's something about it that it's not happy with. And I think I will end up using this moss in with this chunky mix because it's used to the moss. So I really don't even have to take this moss off of the roots. I can just put it in like this. Hey, babe. One thing about using moss, by the time you take the moss off of the roots, you end up taking off all the new roots you just got, because it sticks. So I want to take this off of these roots. That food made my stomach hurt. Leftovers. Yes. It's not the other part, just the one. You know, I hate having a stomach ache. And I've had too many in my lifetime. Ooh, there's a mosquito in here. Hmm? Yes, the zapper is on. We all know it's going to be sitting here just tagging me everywhere. The other day when we went outside, when Lizzie was here, I was shocked that I went outside and never got a single bite. They just found a new victim. They were more interested in her than me. I think I got all the seeds out of here, the corms, but there's always one. There's almost every plant I have in this house that I've repotted has an alocasia growing out of it. Because sometimes the corms are super small. Yeah, I have a poly growing in one of my philodendrons downstairs, a big, huge leaf. I'll take it. It's a nice shiny leaf. Okay. Here are my 2 repotted plants that need to go through the watering cycle. This pot got all yucky, but I really like the way this looks. It just looks very whimsical to me. And I think it'll be cute on my desk. And this one right here, I will say, is not my favorite look. I don't know why this does not like really make me super happy, but it has some yellowing leaves down here, but I'm not going to take that off because I think you can do pretty much anything, and it might be the thing that pushes the plant over the top to start dropping leaves and going dormant or just deciding to die off. So I'm not going to touch it. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash off the leaves again. I washed off the leaves as soon as I got it, but it was outside because I didn't bring it into my house. This is its first time coming inside. I washed it outside with the hose. So I'm just going to wash the leaves. It doesn't seem to have any evidence of pest, but the vast majority of these pests you can't see with your naked eye, which is why I wash my plants so often, because really by the time you see them, it's because they're so far over the top. So I just assume that I always have something going on and treat my plants accordingly. So yes, I'll go and wash these off, and that's what I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. Sunday's the best day of the week, and I look forward to talking to you in my next video. Bye guys.